Hello, everyone. There are 3.5 million unfilled cybersecurity jobs worldwide. And so, cybersecurity is a very interesting and growing field where many companies, governments, organizations need cybersecurity skills. All right. So, that's the reason why I am doing this video to encourage many people to get into the field of cybersecurity. When we talk of cybersecurity, it's all about three simple words: securing what we call the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information and information systems. Let me quickly share my screen so that you can have some picturesque view of what I'm talking about. So if you see this, we always call it the CIA Triad, not the CIA in Washington, D.C., but the CIA Triad in cybersecurity. So confidentiality again, integrity, and availability of information. So what is confidentiality? Confidentiality simply means private data that should not fall in the hands of people who are not authorized to see that data, right? For example, for individuals, your private data, your name, your address, your date of birth, your social security number. Just think about this combination, your home address, stuff like that. Think about this combination. That is identity theft, right? Threat actors could steal this information and take loans on your name and stuff like that. Really dangerous. And then your bank account details, health records, credit card numbers, utility bills, mortgage, insurance policy numbers, you know, stuff like that. So this is private data that should not be in the hands of the wrong guys, right? Then in the corporate level, we have what we call intellectual property of businesses, right? Corporate intellectual property, state secrets, product development, sales and marketing strategies, financial records, copyrights, name them. Think about this for a minute. You are a big company, you invest millions and millions of dollars, for a specific product to be produced, right? And then some other competitor steals that information. They have not invested as much as you have, right? And they put that in the market and reduce the price. You have to increase price, and stuff like that just to catch up based on what you've invested, right? You want to secure that data. Then at the level of, government, confidential data could mean state secrets, state classified information, military strategies, nuclear codes. For example, America, comes up with, a revolutionary fighter jet, and they have that secret for that specific production, and they don't want that to be in the hands of Russia, for instance, right? So that is confidential data, right? That is the meaning of confidentiality in our CIA triad. And then integrity, we're also securing integrity. I'm coming back to confidentiality to show you how that works somehow, right? And then integrity. So for integrity, integrity ensures that data remains complete, is not being altered, it is trustworthy, and when it is being stored, when it's being transmitted, right? You want to make sure that data is not deleted. I'm going to come back. There are many good examples for this. For example, you're in your country, a democratic country, where elections are organized. You want to make sure that the databases that store these election results are not altered. Or you are an education board, right? Academic results have been stored, and you don't want that database to be tampered with for figures to be changed and stuff like that. Or you are a big online company like Amazon. You don't want somebody to break into your sales databases or costing databases and change figures. A specific furniture cost $5,000, and then a threat actor gets in there, reduce the price to $200 and makes 10,000, orders and stuff like that. So that is it about integrity. Then the last one is availability. So when we do cybersecurity, we secure the availability of data, we secure the availability of information and information systems. And in this specific case, we're talking about whether it's information technology or operational technology or IoT technology that provides services to individuals. You want to make sure that they are up 24 on 7 and running. Let me give a very good example. And I'm going to be starting back from availability and going back up to confidentiality to give really practical examples. Take, for example, let's go to the Amazon's website. All right, let's go to Amazon website, for example. Let's see how much Amazon makes every day. So let's go how much. Okay, that came up how much Amazon makes on its e-commerce website on a daily basis. That's $1.29 billion. I did not say a week or a month. Amazon makes $1.29 billion from its e-commerce website on a single day. Question is, what is the technology that powers that website? What is the technology that makes it possible for you to be able to see that website? The technology that hosts that website is what we call a web server, right? So if you were Amazon, you don't want to make sure that that web server is down even for 1 hour. Think about the amount of money that Amazon is going to waste, that is going to lose in 1 hour, in 1 minute, or in 1 day, or in 1 month, that that web server gets shut down, right? And attackers can conduct what we call distributed denial DDoS attack and shut down that server. And you and I will not be able to go online and place that order, right? So that is a very good example when it concerns that specific technology being available to authorized users. You are an authorized user to go to that website, to place your order, right? And then that website is not available. You won't place your order, Amazon loses money. So that is the meaning of the availability component of that CIA, right? There are many technologies that we in cybersecurity can implement to ensure that that kind of an attack, for instance, is distorted. All right. So let's go back up to confidentiality again. I'm just going to quickly share my screen again. So we see, so for confidentiality, now take, for example, you want to place an order. You've gone to that Amazon website, all right, and you want to place an order. You bring up your, let me just go to that website right now, right? You bring up the Amazon website, you're sitting in the comfort of your home, you want to place an order, you come here, you choose whatever stuff you want to buy. Let's say you want to buy iPads, or tablets for kids. You go in there, you place that order. You are going to be using, remember, there are some confidential information that I mentioned before, which is your credit card, right? You go in here, you put your credit card details when you're purchasing, right? And once you click enter, what happens? Your web browser, this web browser that you're using to place this order, is going to transmit that information across the internet. So as that information is going across the internet, bad actors, threat actors would intercept that, right? And try to see what is there, because this website is protected, because the web server that is hosting this website has been made secure. It becomes impossible for the attacker to be able to understand the content, right? But they can see it. Attackers can use, tools like Wireshark to intercept that and see, right? But let's see the kind of things that, Amazon does at the back end to make sure that this communication is secure. They use something called encryption, right? Encryption simply means you are transforming plain text. Remember that that information on your card is plain text. Your name is there, plain text. They can see, they can read and understand. That card number is their plain text. They can see and understand the CVV number at the back and the expiration date. That combination you can use, that you can steal that information and go shopping on somebody's card, right? And or collect some money from somebody's account, right? So you can use that information. So that is plain text, human readable data, right? That without encryption is going to be going across the internet, right? So this web browser of Amazon, this website collects that information in plain text, but it is going to transform it. That's the process of encryption right now. It's going to transform it using what we call a cryptographic key. I'm not going to go into all of those details, right? I'm just trying to, let guys get interested in getting into cybersecurity. So it's going to transform that using a key, a cryptographic key, into non-human readable ciphertext. What that means is if that attacker were to intercept that using so many cybersecurity tools and see that information, they're not going to be able to know what it is, right? They'll just see some gibberish information, but they don't know because it's in ciphertext and it's non-human readable. Let's just go online and see if we can see some encryption generators, right? Let's see if we can see some encryption generators. So I want you to see how that is done. Encryption generators, for example. There are so many, right? Let's pick this first one. Never used it before, but let's see. All right. Okay, so let me take this out. Let's say the name of that card is, or another example, you've walked into Walmart, right? You go into that POS, you've ordered, you go into that POS, you slot in your card. That POS is going to collect that data and transmit it across the internet. Now, but before it does that, it's going to also encrypt that. Okay, so let's say the name of that on that card is Rosemary. All right, Rosemary. That card number, I'm just making things up, 5643 1234 5, right? 8765, right? 12345, right? So that's the number on that card. And the CVV is, say, 890. And the expiration date on that card is, the third month of 2029, right? So let me encrypt that. So right now, this is in plain text, human readable form, right? That everybody who reads English can see and understand. But now, when I encrypt this using a specific cryptographic key, is going to be transformed into nobody can you read this? You cannot. It's just gibberish, right? This is now ciphertext, non-human readable. I just wanted to show you this so that you understand the technology that happens at the back end, right? And there are many different types of cryptographic keys. Some are weak, some are strong, right? So when you get into cybersecurity, you're going to be learning all of this good stuff, right? So that is what happens as far as encryption is concerned. Remember, when you're encrypting, you are securing the confidentiality of that information. The last thing now is um, uh, hashing. Hashing is the security control for that integrity. Remember, we talked about CIA, confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So in order to ensure that the integrity of that election result is not tampered with, it needs to be, hashed. So that is a whole new other story. So once you get into cybersecurity, you're going to be studying all of this stuff. I hope that I've been able to explain basically in very simple way, what cybersecurity is all about. Information security is all about. It's all about securing three simple words: confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information and information systems. take the rendezvous for our next video that will be coming up again soon. Bye for now.